in my left hand is one that has 3 hooks and is bigger than the one on the right, which has 2. So I prefer the one with 3 hooks. There's a smaller one with 3 hooks, so for me it's a matter of the bigness. I prefer this bigger one because it's about 2 inches wide, which means I'll be able to use wider elastic. Here I have a few elastic bands. This one is 1 inch wide, not my favorite, but it will do in a pinch. This one is 1¼ inches wide. That is a very reasonable size and I recommend it. And this one is 1½ inches wide. I also like this one very much, so that's the one I'm actually going to use for this tutorial. So the important thing is the height of your hook and eye. So I'm going to mark that. In case my fold over elastic was bigger or my hook and eye was smaller, I'll just blend everything back. So I'm measuring the width of my hook and eye tape when it's closed. It's about 1 inch. Half of that is ½ an inch. So I'm going to need to remove ½ an inch from my center back area near the waistline, because if I sew the closure on the sports bra without cutting that excess, it's going to add 1 inch to my waistband, meaning my waistband will be too big. So I'm drawing a guideline and then I'm going to cut, but not all the way to the top. And now when I grab my hook and eye tape and fold it over that edge, when I get my ruler to position it at the center back, you can see my hook and eye tape will now fit perfectly in the sports bra, but it won't be adjustable. It will just open and close. So I switched to this gray one for better contrast. So you want your sports bra to be closed in the middle. That way you can make it bigger or you can make it smaller at the waistband. So how am I going to do that? I'm going to cut the excess fabric on my racer back, and I measured how much I need to cut. I'll need to cut ½ an inch. So I'm drawing another line ½ an inch away from that point. I'm going to draw my 3/8 of an inch seam allowance. That's the seam allowance I prefer. So when I position my elastic here and my hook and eye tape, I'll be able to mark the top of where my sports bra should end. I'm going to draw a line and extend it out, and then I'm going to mark ½ an inch from that point to guide me when I'm drawing my curve later. So that's my seam allowance, and now I am going to mark 2½ inches from my center back. That's why I brought my ruler, so that I can see where my center back is. So after marking that spot, I know how far out I want my curve to be. So I'm going to mark 1¾ of an inch from my armhole to give me a guide of how wide my circle can be. I'm drawing a dotted line up from the point I marked, and where they meet will give me a guide for drawing my curved line. So I have my French curve ruler here, and I'm positioning it so that I can draw a curve. You could freehand this if you wanted to, or you could grab any circular object you have at home. For example, this is sellotape. This is the first version I did, and I realized that the circle on it is ½ an inch taller than the one I just drew. So I've decided I like that. I want to keep that. And then I'm going to grab some isopropyl alcohol or surgical spirit, which I'm going to use to rub off the lines that I don't need anymore. So that's my final cutout in the back. I cut out the excess plastic so you can see it clearly. Okay, so you might be wondering how you're going to cut your fabric. You're going to grab your fabric, place it on fold, then take your pattern, put it with the center back line on the fold like that, and then you're going to cut the excess fabric. Bye.